Memphis Shades gets a thumbs up for me. Well, hello everyone, this is Basil the Ortho Biker. So today I got in the mail my Memphis Shades windscreen that I ordered for my motorcycle, and I got it surprisingly quickly. Today is Wednesday and I ordered it on Monday evening, and it is here already, so that would be about faster than Amazon shipping from my experience, at least recently. So I'll do a quick unboxing. It's nothing special, just a standard shipping box labeled with the Memphis Shades logo. Glad they told UPS to handle with care, because UPS around here at times likes to toss my packages onto my porch. Let's go ahead and get this open. So all the hardware comes nicely packaged. I've never ordered anything from Memphis Shades, and this is probably the nicest hardware package I've gotten out of anything I've ordered from anybody, except for maybe DK Customs. But this is the trigger lock system. My understanding is the brackets here mount to the forks here, and you attach the brackets here to the windscreen over there wrapped in plastic, and this is supposed to be an easy mount system for the windscreen using this trigger lock system. I'm just hoping the hardware goes onto the bike as easily as the windscreen does on and off the hardware once it's installed. But my experience tells me that's never the case. It'll probably take me a few minutes to get all this unwrapped. Okay, so we got everything out of the plastic. Not a whole lot of pieces. They've got the 4 brackets that go into the fork tubes. It actually does come with the tools required to install, and I find that to be a very nice touch, because a lot of companies don't send you tools and assume that you have tools already with which to do the installation. Now, I've been looking over the instructions, and it seems they want me to disconnect and reroute the clutch cable, and I'm not sure if that's something I have to do, because it's already, I don't know, I'm going to have to play around with it, see if that's something that absolutely needs to be done. But if I need to reroute it per the recommendation, I will, but I'd rather not if I can help it. But we'll see what happens when we get to that point. Now, the only thing I haven't done is unwrapped the screen. We'll go ahead and do that now. I'm curious how big this screen looks on the bike. That's a 13-inch screen, if I remember correctly. It's a very nice touch. The bottom edge is wrapped in a rubber fluting or edging, or whatever you want to call it. This is the dark smoke. I don't know how well you can see it in here with the poor lighting. Unfortunately, it's very dark out. I have no daylight to do this with. Not trip over my light here. Well, the windscreen seems like it sits pretty nicely. And from what I see on the instructions, it's an adjustable windscreen. Though I'm wondering if this is supposed to lay flush with this, or if that's supposed to come off at some point. I'll have to read through the instructions some more. Well, the first step is definitely get the brackets on the windscreen, so I guess I'll do that now. I think the hardest part of getting these brackets on this windscreen is getting these stupid rubber grommets in the hole so they're flush with both sides, like the instruction says. I always seem to flub it when it comes to rubber grommets. I just don't do it. Oh, gosh dang it. I've been fidgeting with this one for like 5 minutes. I finally got it. So yeah, I think, in my opinion, that's the hardest part of this bracket install on the windscreen is getting these rubber grommets through the holes and flushing both sides. Okay, so now we've got the brackets on the windscreens, and the way that this system is supposed to work is you have two brackets on your forks. You sit it on the bottom one, and then when you place the top one on, it's supposed to lock. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there it goes. It's supposed to lock in around this second piece, which, there we go. That way it can be just a, there you go. That way it can just be a quick add and removal of the windscreen to and from your motorcycle once it's mounted to the forks. Now I'm sure this is going to give me a fight when I want to get it off now, so we'll go ahead and fast forward a bit. Now I'm still figuring if I want to do anything with the clutch cable. The whole first third of the instructions that came with this is telling you to move that clutch cable behind the handlebar, but I think with the way I have it mounted currently, because this is not the stock clutch cable, this is a Burly brand's clutch cable that I replaced it with when I did the handlebar install, but I think there will be plenty of room. But I'm a little bit worried about where these top brackets are supposed to fit in relation to the headlight. I'm wondering if this piece is going to have to come off, but I'm pretty sure that's the piece that brings in the headlight adjustment. So I guess we're just going to have to mount the brackets and see how it goes from there. Okay, so I'm going to have to say I did not realize the adjustability of these brackets. I mean, first of all, you have a wedge-style slider, more like a dovetail, where you can adjust the thickness of the bracket to your fork tubes. So if you have aftermarket fork tubes or something non-standard to your bike, you can adjust the bracket to that. And also, I didn't notice this until after I got the first one on. You can actually move this forward or a little more forward in relation to the bracket itself, therefore giving a little more adjustability to the position of the windscreen in relation to the motorcycle. So I'm really looking forward to getting all the brackets on here and seeing what kind of fit we can get. Alright, and a word of caution to you guys, when you're doing these, make sure the brackets are completely lined up with, as far as the holes are concerned. Make sure the bracket is lined up. This one, I didn't quite have it fully lined up, and I very nearly cross-threaded the bolt into the back part of the bracket where the threading is. This is kind of considered the nut plate for the bracket. Soft metals, so just kind of be careful. Just keep in mind your bracket alignment, and when you're make sure you always hand tighten first, which I kind of got in a rush and I wasn't, so we'll make sure we do that from here forward. And we're almost done with getting the brackets on. Alright, so I've got the brackets on and I'm starting to do kind of like a dry or fit or a test fit on this. And one thing I'm noticing is these brackets are a lot wider than the forks, and I'll kind of show you that. And you're kind of having to force the brackets inward. I don't know if that's normal. I'll have to read the instructions some more, but we'll just presume for the moment that it is normal. And you'll have to wiggle your brackets around for what the best fit's supposed to be. No, I'm going to do that. There we go, unlock. So we've got the bottom brackets in, and what's supposed to happen is the forward one, or the top ones rather, are supposed to rotate back and lock into these top ones. And I think once I get all those positioned and I figure out what goes where, I'll go ahead and get it locked in, and then we'll check the positioning as far as the up and down and so forth, and see how I want it to fit and how it looks. Alright, so I got the 4 brackets adjusted to where I think the windscreen should be, and now that it's all in place, once you have the trigger locks open, rotate it back, lock them in place, and the windscreen is pretty secure. There's just a tad of wiggle room. I might have to go over the fittings, make sure everything's tightened like it's supposed to be, but I think it looks pretty nice. It's not obtrusive, it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It looks good from this side, and it kind of just sticks over the height of the handlebars. I really like this. I can't wait to take it on the road. Well, it's about a few days later. We installed the windscreen on Wednesday night, and here we are on Saturday. And on top of that, the first snow of the cold season fell last night. It's all melted by now. You can't really see anything out there, but man, everything was covered in snow this morning. But that's Arkansas for you. Snow doesn't tend to stick around for long, no matter how heavy it falls. So I did a few short rides with this windscreen, you know, throughout the week, trying to dial it in somewhat. And right now I've got it kind of like a midpoint between forward and back. I've got it up as far as it'll go in the forks. I've got about midpoint on the top bracket. There's still some adjustments available on the bottom bracket. And at the moment I find the wind is hitting me right about eye level on the helmet. So one thing I might try and do is maybe make the bottom adjustment all the way forward to kind of lean this back towards me a little bit, and we'll see if that cleans out the air a little bit. So there's a spot up here on the side of the road. I'll go ahead and pull over and do that. I got the tools with me in my bag so I can make adjustments as we go. Alright, we got this little overlook here. I'm just going to stop for a minute, make a minor adjustment. I would like to point out it is like 41 degrees right now, so it is pretty freaking cold out. But I have gathered a bit of experience of riding in the cold over the last couple of years, and I'm quite comfortable right now. Alright, so let's get the tool out. Tool. So these bottom brackets, they have some more room in the front to allow for some forwards. Turn that blinker off, it's blinding me. Where's the blinker? There we go. There we go, break it loose. Break the other side loose. And want to try, I mean, I know that will bring the wind flow down a little bit, but if it cleans out the air that's hitting my helmet, I am perfectly okay with that. And it's also very likely I'll be making fine-tuned adjustments to this probably for days to come until I get it just right to exactly where I want it. Because I followed the direction recommendation that Memphis Shades provides. I had the windscreen all the way up and all the way forward. It was giving me a lot of turbulence on the helmet itself, and the visor did not like that. So I'm playing around with the lean angle adjustments to see if I can get the best airflow to hit my helmet, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get over my head. How others are getting it over the head, I don't know. Maybe that's for non-Sportster variants. Maybe not. I can't be certain, but I'm going to work with what I have. Oh, my face is cold. So it seems that adjustment only gave me more turbulent air. That's definitely not more pleasant. I might try to go back to the all the way up and forward alignment. While I did have air hitting my head, I wasn't getting as much vibration as I am now. Oh no. I've consigned myself to the fact that the air is not going over my head. But since I wear a full face helmet pretty much all the time, with the exclusion of the summer and local trips, I'll wear a beanie helmet. but usually it's a full face helmet. Air hitting my face doesn't really bother me, and it's not really a problem. So my solution right now, or my goal to find a solution for, is to find the best adjustment on the windscreen to give me the cleanest air possible on the helmet. Because right now it's kind of, I don't know, it's hitting me about the same height as it was before, but it just seems more turbulent. And I don't know how it's coming across the microphone, but I'll have to find out later when I watch or listen to the video. And this is one of those shady spots where you have to be aware of the ice. Sun doesn't hit this place for very long, and I already came across an icy patch earlier, so I gotta be careful. You know, as I ride it a little more, it's actually not that bad. I think the main issue just with my visor being a little floppity, let's invent a word, floppity, a little shaky in the inside, around the helmet itself. I don't think it's weather sealed, which I believe I found out the hard way, but I'll have to double check the helmet. I don't think there's a weather seal around the visor to help secure it in place, but I could be wrong about that as well, so who knows? Otherwise, this windscreen does very well at keeping the bulk of the air off my body, which is very valuable and very useful in the wintertime. Like right now, the only part of my body that would even be considered cool, not cold, but kind of cool right now, are the insides of my upper arms and probably the tops of my thighs and my kneecaps. Everything else is perfectly toasty, or at least comfortable. Maybe if I get some hand guards for the handlebars, which I do believe there's a few companies out there that sells them for the Sportster, that would help relieve some of the wind off my arms. At least my hands, I know for sure. I don't know if it would help with the arms, but any wind deflection would help. But I'm going to stop at the gas station up here, maybe make another adjustment to see if it's any better or any worse. Do I need gas? Oh my god, I don't need gas this time. That bump always kills me. And I'm fogging up. And let's go here, no gas pump, because I don't need gas. Alright, so let's make some further adjustments. Bring that all the way forward. I don't know if I want to bring these back or not. We're going to just leave that adjustment. I want to make one adjustment at a time and see how well it works. And since I don't need gas or anything, I won't go in. It's already starting to vibrate, but that's because it wasn't closed. I can't have the visor open with this windscreen because it will vibrate the visor to death. This is actually not too bad. Now I'm wondering if I had leaned it forward all the way. Because honestly, when I did the first adjustments, I forgot that both brackets had slider adjustments on them. I mean, if I'm being real, the windscreen is just here. Oh, wind gust. The windscreen is just here for winter riding. I don't ride with a windscreen here locally around the area. Now, I might wear one if I go on a longer ride, because not getting the crap beat out of you by the wind is a good thing. And I've done 2,000-mile rides on. Well, one on this bike and one on my last bike, and I had a windscreen on my last bike and I didn't have one on this bike, and I could definitely tell the difference in the quality of the ride. What is that? All kinds of weird stuff on the road today. So I think the fact that it's windy today might be playing against me in the determining the best position for this. But right now it's not that bad as far as where, you know, the wind hitting the helmet. It could be a little bit cleaner. I'll probably do one or two more adjustments to try and fine tune it. But heck, I gotta say, this is probably the third or fourth windscreen I've had in my riding career, if you want to call that, so far, my life of riding. And this is, Memphis Shades puts out one of the best windscreens I have used yet. I've had a Universal and two different Puge windscreens, and the Puge ones do their purpose, but they're not really meant for this type of riding. They will deflect the wind and the bugs. Just that's about all they do. I guess that's why they call them fly screens on their website descriptions in most cases. But the Memphis Shades is nice quality, clear plexiglass. They call it something else, but I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it on screen here. As far as the hardware that comes with it, the hardware is quality. They pack it nice. It comes with the tools you need to install it. And there's a lot of adjustability in this windscreen. I'm sure eventually I'll find a perfect adjustment for this windscreen on this bike. It just may take me a few rides to figure it out. But overall, this is an excellent windscreen. Good quality, good hardware, good product, good price for what you get. So Memphis Shades gets a thumbs up for me. And I like the fact if I ever want to get a different windscreen, I can just take this one off and use the existing hardware that's already on the forks, pop a different one on. I guess that's one of the benefits of their trigger lock system. You can have different windscreens for different purposes or different looks. At least that is my understanding of how that system works. Anyways, I think I'll wrap it up here. The windscreen works. It does what it's supposed to do. It does it well. It looks good while doing it. But as always, if you like what you see here, want to come with me on my next adventure, whatever it shall be, and you want to hear more, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share, and the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. I look forward to any comments anyone may leave. I do read all the comments on my videos, and I do respond. But keep the two wheels on the ground, shiny side up, stay safe, and I guess stay warm at this time of year. And God bless. You know, I forgot, I'm on call this weekend. I should probably grab my laptop. Sorry, Mark, if you're watching this. I left home early and I forgot my laptop. Don't kill me.